Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are making a butterscotch pound cake with a browned butter butterscotch glaze. You guys, butterscotch reminds me of the old church mothers. Honey, they would dig down in them pocketbooks. They gonna either pull you out a piece of butterscotch candy or a piece of peppermint. You guys remember that? But anywho, I love the taste of butterscotch, so that's what we're making today. So as always, I will be using my Swan's Down cake flour, and I'll be using 3 cups of cake flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, then we have 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And then to my batter, I will be adding the Jello pudding butterscotch. And this is the small 3.4 ounce box, okay, of butterscotch Jello pudding. Now I have the Jello pudding, the salt, the baking powder, all of that has already been added to my flour. Now Swan's Down, it comes pre-sifted for you already in the box. But once I added the salt, baking powder, and the Jello pudding, I sifted the ingredients one more time. So all of that's in here. Then I have 3 sticks of unsalted room temperature butter. And you guys, I get comments about is the butter unsalted or salted, because oftentimes I forget to say it. But unless I say it's salted, it's always unsalted butter because I'm adding salt to my batter, all right? Then we have 5 eggs, 5 large eggs that I've already cracked, and they are also room temperature. Then we have 1 cup of buttermilk. That's room temperature. And then I'll be using 3 cups of sugar, but 2 cups are the regular granulated sugar, and the 1 cup is the light brown sugar, okay? And then for my extracts or spices, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla. And then, you guys, I have my Lorraine butterscotch flavored oil, and I'm going to use at least 2 dropperfuls of this. And as always, or at least most of the time, I'm going to add just a little bit of my Creme Bouquet. I still get questions about what is Creme Bouquet. Honey, it's bakery in a bottle. That's what I call it. It's just so... it just has that bakery-ish taste. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's wonderful. It enhances your cake flavors. People use it in cookies, and it's good. I don't know, y'all. That's the only way I can describe it. It's absolutely delicious, okay? I think that is everything. So we're going to bake this cake on 325 degrees. And... I think that's it, so let's start getting this cake mixed up. And yes, I've thoroughly washed my hands. You guys, don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. I'm going to start by adding my 3 sticks of softened butter to my mixing bowl. And then I'm going to turn on my mixer just for the first few seconds. I'm just going to mix up the butter by itself, okay? And then after the butter has mixed for just a few seconds, I'm going to slowly start adding my sugar. I'm going to cream my butter and my sugar for about 10 to 12 minutes. I do set a timer, but I'm going to cream until that sugar is silent. You don't want to hear that sugar in the bottom of your mixing bowl, and you want it to be light and fluffy, okay? So that usually takes me about 10 to 12 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to start adding my large eggs one at a time. You'll see me add that first egg. You will see me add the last egg, but remember, I've added 5 in all. Okay, so once we get done doing that, then I'll come back and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Okay, so now that we've creamed our butter and sugar, we've added our 5 eggs. Now it's time to start adding our wet and our dry ingredients. And we want to start with the dry, and we're going to end with the dry ingredients, okay? Now what I like to normally do is go on and add my extracts to my milk that I'm adding to the cake. So I'm going to start with my vanilla. We're going to add about a tablespoon of vanilla. And then we have our Creme Bouquet. Add maybe about a teaspoon or two of Creme Bouquet. Can you guys see that? And then for our Butterscotch Oil, I have my little dropper, and I get my dropper too from where I get my cake supplies, okay? So that's 1. Drop that in, and then there was 2, okay? Okay. So now you have to be careful during this process, because you don't want to overmix. You just want to mix enough to incorporate your ingredients. And this part really doesn't take long at all, so you're not trying to get the batter super smooth. You're just wanting to incorporate the flour mixture with the milk. Again, we're starting with flour and we end with flour. So you'll see me add the first little bit of flour, then I'm going to add some milk, okay? I'm not going to show you that entire process, but then you will see me end with that last little bit of milk. Not end with the last little bit of milk, you'll see me end with the last little bit of flour. Start with dry, end with dry ingredients, okay? You guys, I want my butterscotch flavor to be a little more profound. I did taste my batter, and I want some more butterscotch oil. So I'm going to add 2 more dropperfuls. So that will be 4 in all, okay? And that's something else that, you know, don't be afraid to do when you're mixing up your cakes. Taste it. If you don't mind tasting a little raw egg, y'all. I love cake batter, so it's not a problem for me. And rather than turn my mixer back on, you saw I just mixed it by hand. Just stirred it a little bit more. Let me taste it now, see. Okay, that gives me a little more butterscotch flavor. And you know, after you taste it, if you decide you want some more butterscotch flavor, then you can always add more. Don't you just love baking, honey? Be just as creative as you want to be and make it your own. It's whatever you like, whatever you like. Okay. All right. It's that time. Oh, I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pan with Baker's Joy. Baker's Joy. Don't be stingy with it. Okay, so now we try to get the batter as level as possible. Hitting it under the bottom helps to release the air bubbles. Okay. So we're going in at 325 degrees. And I always bake my cakes, I set the rack in the very middle of the oven, okay? The very middle. And now we're setting our timer set for an hour and 15 minutes. If by chance I need more time, once I check it, then I'll just have a few more minutes. You guys, we have been baking for an hour and 15 minutes. Let her cool for at least 10 before we flip it. And in the meantime, I'm browning my butter, and I just have it on medium heat. And it's been on now for about 5 minutes, so I'm about ready to take it off. I'm going to put it in this glass, my Pyrex dish, but I did make sure I ran some warm water in it so it wouldn't be so cold when I got ready to pour the butter in it. And those little butter, the little brown pieces, I'm not trying to get all of that out, okay? So I'm gonna leave that. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add a little powdered sugar. And this was about 6 tablespoons of butter. Okay. So we're gonna add some. Yeah, I know I'm not really measuring. I'm just pouring some powdered sugar. I'm gonna add me some vanilla. We're gonna add some more of our butterscotch oil. I'm gonna do 2 dropperfuls. Okay. And we're gonna add just a little bit of heavy whipping cream. Again, as usual, I like to make sure I start off kind of thick with my glaze. That way it's easier for me to get it smooth. Make sure you add your liquid slowly, because if you add too much, you can't take it out, and then you'll just end up having to add some more powdered sugar, okay? That's a little thick. So we're adding more heavy whipping cream. And you guys, I know a lot of people do caramel on their butterscotch, but I wanted to do this butterscotch glaze. And this is the time too, like when I added that warm butter, if you have some butterscotch chips, you want to add a few tablespoons in there. Perfect time to do that with that hot butter. And you can actually see the little flakes, the little specks of, can you see the little brown specks of the butter? I don't know if it's showing up. I can probably tell once I start editing, okay? You're flipping. Okay, y'all know the routine. We have to cool a little bit more, otherwise all of that glaze will run off if I put it on this hot cake right now. So we wait a little bit longer before we glaze. Okie dokie, it's time to glaze. Butterscotch Pound Cake with a browned butter butterscotch glaze. And the extra glaze is in the middle. It is time. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Everybody. I thought he's behind me.
What's this? Oh.
That's pretty.
That's pretty. There's an orange hue to it. Notice the big word, y'all. Hue.
That's 3 letters.
So that means I'm giving them $3.
Why you have to act crazy with the camera on?
I'm just saying, babe, why she gotta be out like this? Maybe $3, but it's saying a whole lot.
Excuse you. Hell.
Why you got 2 this time?
Cause I was. What you mean? Don't need someone to taste some?
We're gonna have to change this thing.
Tell me why I have 2 this time.
What is that right there?
That's the glaze.
I mean, what kind of glaze is that?
It's a browned butter butterscotch. What's your number? It's brown butter.
Why you share mine, baby? Why can't you never share hers?
Wait a minute. I had to show him. I had to show him your piece first. Look, y'all. See, it looks butterscotcherish.
Why you gotta dig in from the big side? You like a dinosaur. So wait all this. I don't want to do this.
Stop calling me a dinosaur.
I'm just saying.
I like that poop.
She didn't take the dainty side. She took the big.
Y'all, he get on my nerves. What difference does it make?
Now all the icing gone, Donna.
Here, baby, that's why I do extra glaze. You ain't said nothing but a W-O-R-D.
Oh, this is good.
Look.
What's
Listen.
this?
Extra glaze, whatever you like. Is that enough?
That's good.
See, y'all, that's why you put extra glaze down in the hole.
This is good.
Thank you, baby.
It's like
I love y'all being my little guinea pigs. I just be experimenting.
Guinea pig me.
You like it, babe?
Yes, I do.
It's different, isn't it?
It is very different.
But it's good. I browned the butter and then made the
How you brown butter?
on the stove. You put it on the stove and I cook it on medium about 5 or 6 minutes. Once it starts kind of turning a little bit, you turn it off. It's kind of, because it'll burn quick, so you can watch it. Okay, you guys, so that's another one.
This is good. For real, this is different.
I said today, when I first saw it, it's butterscotch. It made me think about those old mothers, honey. They gonna have a piece of butterscotch candy in the bottom of their pocketbook.
Or a peppermint and a banana.
I said,
in case you pass out, they're gonna give you a banana or peppermint. So they gonna get you
up. Banana. I said the peppermint, though, boy. Listen, that is funny. Okay, well, babe, I'm glad you're enjoying the cake.
Wow. This is really different. I mean,
my coworkers gonna love it. They are.
I get so sick and tired of people taking advantage of me.
Ain't nobody taking advantage of you, baby.
That's not taking advantage of me.
How we taking advantage of you? Make sense out of that.
What? What? How you taking advantage of me?
Yeah. You act like you're supposed to take the whole cake to work to share with
You
your
don't eat none
coworkers.
of it. You don't eat none of it.
I ate the little piece.
That's all you need,
Okay, well, Denise is taking some for her coworkers.
I got people
We
working with
salute all of the medical people that work in the medical field, the doctors, the nurses, the therapists, the CMAs, the CNAs, even down to the custodials, to everybody that works in the medical field. We salute you guys, and that's for real, for real.
So what mean you gotta give him cake?
You wrong. Look, it's time for him to go to bed. He's not being nice.
I have people too.
Okay, well, tell the people what they need to do. We appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry that he's not being nice and he doesn't want to share.
I ain't gonna share either.
Oh, you gonna share?
You don't tell me what to do. Now get my mama up.
Oh, you gonna share?
Do I have to share all of it?
You gonna cut it up?
The whole cake is gonna be cut up and gone, just like the rest of them are.
Okay.
All right. So, y'all, look. Turn on your subscribe if you want to. Turn on your notification bell. Shake something, so y'all will know. So you shake something. Shake something. You turn your notification bell. It's gonna let you know when we upload over here, because y'all nosy, and we appreciate y'all being nosy, like real nosy.
Well, most of the medical workers are, baby, they.
Listen.
No, seriously.
Listen.
Listen.
You keep on. You won't be taking no cake.
You allow steal this whole thing and go to work right now with it. That's a, I will leave right now and go to work right now if y'all
Look, baby, tell the people what they need to do. Now,
help me. Y'all need to help me.
Oh, Lord. Help me.
Help me. Help me. You help me.
I don't even know what it's.
That was fine. What you did here for?
Because you're so quit being stingy. Why you act like you're supposed to take the whole cake to work?
Well, we just
We'll talk about this later. Thank y'all so much for watching. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't even showed him the cake. Y'all, I'm sorry. He's so busy. He has me all discombobulated. Didn't even show y'all the cake or nothing because he back there.
And that big 3-letter word that I use, it's got an orange hue to it.
Y'all look at that.
Look at that.
They move over to the right so I can, so
You don't tell me what to do.
Jesus, give me that across. Help me not to.
I'm standing this side close to the cake. Don't embarrass me, don't I won't embarrass you. Show the people, man, look at the cake, people.
Move so I can get the thumbnail.
I got a thumbnail, don't I?
Y'all praying for me out there.
What do y'all think the fraction of the cake should break down being? She have people that sit down all day in air conditioning, and the guys I work with,
Could you move over a little bit? Hold on.
Move the
You
cake
making
over,
it.
Donna.
I can't move the cake.
Would y'all
You know
please
what?
help me?
Robert, I'm trying to get my thumbnail.
I'm out the way.
You're supposed to go to the right. That was your left.
Oh, that's my right on. That's the right on the film, right? Man, I just want to say I love you. Please don't be mad at me. Can I have half?
You don't be cutting the cake.
I'm gonna cut it this time. I'm gonna make sure I cut it this time.
Listen. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate you all so much. But for real, y'all pray for me because I
Pray
live
for
with
me. Pray for me. Pray for me. I have to come here to y'all. I was minding my own business, then I have to come home.
We already look forward to you joining us again next time.
Get the nosy. No, that's workplace, that's violence. I would take it. I would go down and take it.